My name is Taqiyaa Ayala. I'm 28. I live in Long Beach, New York, and I'm a yoga teacher, and I work in retail back home also. And yeah, the mind is very powerful, and my intention by coming here was to basically be as present as I knew the medicine would help me be present. So I came here with the intention of not only visiting Ecuador for the first time, meeting the beautiful people that Andrew told me so much about, and also to learn more about myself and take that back home with me to my grandmother and my sisters. I think what's very unique about this retreat center is that for me personally, I haven't really been able to talk to women that are older than I am about a lot of personal things. Almost like when I was in elementary school, I was able to talk to guidance counselors and nurses about different things that I was having a hard time with. And when I came here, I really feel so just like they are readily available to talk to me and to give me advice that is so important, you know, as a woman that's obviously growing older, as we all are. It's beautiful to see other women helping each other, and I see the men here helping each other just the same, and that's inspiring to me, to also see the leadership that the women have the opportunity to not only have but also embrace. And it's a responsibility that I feel is so effortlessly accepted, and I just really look up to that reciprocity. I think it's really valuable, and I think that's what separates the family here from other retreats. I have to say that my favorite was the most difficult one for me, because I think that, which was the third ayahuasca ceremony that I sat with the family in the teepee for, which was only a couple of days ago now. I think that was my favorite ceremony because I was actually talking to Kevin about this, about how I asked ayahuasca to give me kind of like a second chance at life. A part of me had to die for that to happen. So I went through the whole process of kind of mourning a part of me that I no longer felt was moving me forward in the direction that I had to go in. So Kevin and I discussed that a lot of people that are older than I am, like my grandmother, she's in her 70s, and she told me that I'm learning things now that she's learning now, and that it's such a blessing that people are here, you know, at all ages, learning things that, you know, they could be learning on their deathbed, because it did feel like I was on my deathbed in a sense. So how beautiful is the opportunity to have more chances and more time to heal myself and to do things the way that I want them to be done, and knowing that I have a lot more time to do it. It's like that perspective changed everything for me. It really made me feel a lot more powerful, a lot more confident, especially, you know, as a woman, having younger sisters and having other women in my life that need a lot of guidance. It's really special to actually understand that sometimes it takes some sacrifice to be able to receive the gifts, and it also takes a lot of coming out of your physical body and being present with other people and other energies to be able to receive those gifts and not be so introspective, which is kind of what I battled with for a long time, was being like in my mind or too introspective and not really realizing there's angels handing me like valuable gifts and information. So it was really special to have that eye-opening experience during that last ayahuasca ceremony. In general terms, I would describe the whole retreat as an opportunity to repave the road that you are inevitably walking on. It's an opportunity to gather the tools within yourself that you've already had, but gaining a wider perspective on how powerful and how, at least that's what I was taught by this retreat, was that I'm everything that I need, and that nature is so healing, and that, you know, all I did was look up at the stars and look up at the sky and look up at the sun and lay there in the grass, and I learned so much in that time that, you know, it felt like it honestly feels like I've been here for like a really long time. Because, yeah, everything that I needed is already within me. It's just recognizing it, realizing it again, and being reminded of my strength and my power. And it's okay. It's okay to go through different emotions. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel, you know, not the best all the time. Like, you can't hide from the darkness. There's so much value. There's so much information there. There's so much there's so much there in the darkness. And then when the sun comes up, which it always does, because, you know, emotions, they come and go, and the sun always comes back out again. So yeah, I would say that this is an opportunity to pave the road for yourself again. Yeah. I have to say, I feel like the staff here and the shamans here, it's like I like them so much. It's hard to describe. It's like I like them not only as shamans, but I also like them as people. And it's almost like when you meet a new friend, you know, and you like want them to like you, and you want them to get to know you, and you want to make a good impression on them, and then you're sitting in a ceremonial space with them, and you see them hold space so well and so properly and with so much like pride and strength, and you're laying there in your weakest point. Like, you want to be like, I guess if you imagine yourself kind of like wanting to be this strong person, this great person, this happy person to make other people feel well. But when you're not even in your best mood and someone's still there giving you all of their time and their attention and still like helping you and guiding you and holding your hand and still treating you the same as when you were that happy person, it's like there's something so special about that. And I feel like everything I needed, all the answers of all the questions that I asked, I was just always guided in the best way possible with their best intention. So whatever experience you have here with the plants, whatever, you know, connection you have with the plants here, you'll be taken care of in your physical body. You'll have a warm bed, you'll have beautiful food, you'll have people to answer your questions, people to go to for advice, you know, medicine if you have a stomach ache. Like, there's just so many things, so many options here. And you also have, you know, people willing to drive you back to the airport, which is a rocky road. So that's a blessing too. I have to say, it's a beautiful opportunity, and I would recommend it to everyone